Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of your favorite midday NFL show on the internet. Let's just say that the NFL Week 1 was locked in last night, my friends. The Philadelphia Eagles ended up beating the Dallas Cowboys in one of the most obscure games I think I've seen in quite some time. Some of the craziest things occurred in just the first game of the season. We're going to be unpacking all of that, previewing some games that are happening this evening, and the full slate on Sunday. TD Finns Talk, what's going on with you, my friend?
Listen, man, this is a beautiful day. We had some great football last night. I was excited, man. What a great game. Shout out to Bill. Nick in the chat said this is definitely a TD title. Actually, it's not. But we got a lot to discuss today. Let's get into it.
Damn, Richie, what is going on with you, my boy?
It's a Richie title because the NFL world did shift last night, baby. How about that? Welcome back into Fourth and Forever. Football was back last night. It was great to be on the Roundtable cast with TD, and I'm excited to talk about last night's game, talk about tonight's preview. We got all full slate of football Sunday, Monday night. Oh, it feels good to watch some NFL football, baby.
Yes,
NFC East, Philadelphia Eagles coming out on top. 8 straight drives of scoring and then 8 straight drives of no scoring, all right? First time that's ever happened in 30 years. So we're excited to talk all things NFL here on Fourth and Forever. Smash the thumbs up button if you did not already. Let's get straight into business. Let's go. Dan Mitchell.
Fix it for me. Fix it for me, my friend. I'm anxious to talk about what we witnessed last night. Let me tell you what. I'll tell you exactly what we witnessed. We witnessed a 24-20 NFC East showdown. And might I say, I kind of knew that this game was going to be like this. Close. It's an NFC East matchup. It's a divisional type showdown. And if not for 3 key drops from CeeDee Lamb, I feel like we could have been having an entire different conversation. I found out that CeeDee Lamb leads the NFL in drops at around 35 since the year 2020. So that sounds like a pretty big concern going in for Dallas. However, with Philadelphia winning this one, I'm not sure about you guys. I feel even more confident about the Dallas Cowboys than I did leading up into this game. Like, some of the biggest standouts I saw was Kenny Clark was paying his dividends, like holding Saquon Barkley to about, 60 yards, certainly impressive. Yes, he had some quality runs, but for the most part, like you could see during the game, he wasn't trying as hard as he could to pound those A-gaps. Kenny Clark certainly did that. Looks like the Dallas Cowboys were able to adjust to find a way to bring pressure through various DB blitzes. We had A.J. Brown piss off all fantasy owners all across the United States by being a non-factor with A.J. Brown. So secondary must have been doing their job. Dak Prescott looked damn good, especially when that Dallas Cowboys offense was operating, going shot for shot toward the beginning of the first half. And then obviously after halftime and after the further 1-hour lightning delay, that's when it was a whole lot of nothing. But thoughts on the overall game, Richie? Biggest takeaways, Dallas Cowboys, Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, I mean, it started off with fireworks, man. Touchdown. 4 straight drives, 4 touchdowns, 8 drives, 8 scoring opportunities. It was awesome to watch that. Dak Prescott. I mean, how about Javonte Williams? He was my sleeper in fantasy. I drafted him in one of my leagues, but I did not start him, so I can't really celebrate that. Did not get any points because he was on my bench. But I think that the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles, man, it was a classic NFC East battle. And I think that delay really just put off. It was 2 things that happened. It was the fumble from Miles Sanders in the red zone, and then all of a sudden the weather delay, and then you can kiss the rest of the game goodbye, and then the CeeDee Lamb drop issue. So really unfortunate for the Dallas Cowboys. They had a chance because I'll tell you this, bro. If the Dallas Cowboys were able to win that game on the road to open up the season against the defending Super Bowl champions, their division rival, it would have flipped this NFL world upside down. But I think what we all have to realize, man, is, the Eagles are on repeat watch. They are so good. Jalen Carter gets ejected. You can't even tell. Yeah, the Cowboys had a lot of success running the football, of course, but It's just crazy how deep and loaded up this Philadelphia Eagles roster is. And how about Jalen Hurts? We talk about him real quick? Because look at Jalen Hurts' numbers last night, okay? And this is exactly what I mean. People that are box score watchers, stop box score watching. Because you look at the numbers, 152 yards through the air. He can't pass. Well, 82% completion percentage, 92 rating, and the amount of plays he made with his legs, winning plays. The pocket breaks down. He's scrambling around, poised, confident. Like, I'm seeing a different version of Jalen Hurts, bro. The game is slowed down. He's out there just like, oh, pressure. Watch this. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Picking up first downs, 2 rushing touchdowns. I'm sick of the Jalen Hurts slander. He is one of the better quarterbacks in this league. And it's time to put some respect on his name. Sorry he doesn't light it up through the air like Joe Burrow or light it up like Josh Allen statistically. He doesn't need to. He's a winner. How about that dime down the field to Dotson when he needs to go deep, he will. I don't see a flaw in Jalen Hurts' game. It's time to put respect on this guy's name. That's what I got to say.
Time to put respect on 156 passing yards. I'm just
see what
kidding.
I mean?
Great game from Jalen Hurts. TD, biggest takeaways from this game. What do you got?
Well, you say biggest, but there's several. Okay. First of all, I still gonna pause for a little bit before I say Dallas is like a contender now. They play well to have a brand new head coach. To come off of the injury of losing one of their stars in that locker room. I thought they played well. Okay. Here's the deal. Dak Prescott was not amazing last night. We need to stop capping. He was good, but he wasn't amazing. Missed a few throws that he wished that he had back, some in the seam where he should have led it a little bit more, could have been a touchdown. And in that second half, what happened to the improvisational skills? You kind of became a statue in the pocket, in my opinion, in the fourth quarter, instead of doing what you were doing in that first half, making something out of nothing. Unlike let's stick with Dallas real quick. Here's the issue with the Dallas Cowboys. We obviously know CeeDee Lamb sold in this game. Okay, he straight up sold. There were 3 massive play opportunities in the game that he just blew. Okay, that can't happen, CD. It can't happen. You started the game cooking, by the way. CeeDee Lamb started the game straight up cooking. Okay, had over 70 yards at halftime, 80 or something like that. But listen, you can't miss out on those huge opportunities to really put your team on your back late in the game when Dak Prescott did his job in those moments. But let's not forget that they I don't like this from the coach. Williams was literally balling and eating. Why you put Sanders in the game, especially in a red zone situation? Am I tripping? Is he a rookie?
No. Miles Sanders?
Wait, hold on. Who fumbled? Was it?
It was Sanders.
It was okay. Not the okay. So Sanders, that blew the game.
Well, you also have to add the context, CD. He's the one that got them down in the red zone. He had that long run.
I get it, but you do that in the open field. Now you're in the red zone. Williams, get back in there. You got to go with the main guy. This is the divisional opponent. You got to ride those starters for primarily the important parts of the game. That was a huge turn. And then right after that, don't forget what happened. Right after that momentum change was the weather delay. They get to go into the locker room and make adjustments. Do you know how important it would have been if they were able to punch it in right there? And then the weather delay, they might have actually won the game. But real quick, the Eagles, I'm not going to talk about the spitting thing and all that unless we talk about it later. But let me say this. That team is still poised. That team is still coached well. They're still disciplined. But Jalen Hurts, we got to put so much more respect on his value. And this is what I've been preaching for the longest. Stop looking at the stats, like Richie said. I don't care about your quarterback that throw all those yards. I don't care about your quarterback that get all those touchdowns. How do you absolutely impact the game? We're talking about a non-existent A.J. Brown. It didn't even look like he played last night. We're talking about a Saquon Barkley, who I told y'all was going to be under because Cowboys did get better in the run defense. Saquon under on his totals. And yes, Smith made a few plays, but it wasn't like it was like the most insane. It was all managed by none other than Jalen Hurts, who had a MVP performance last night. The stats won't say it, though. So remember this as we're going through the season, how he impacts the game. Why he only threw for 156 yards. You would think he had 50% completion percentage as much as quarterbacks throw the ball. But it was 82% because he made great decisions. Nothing's there. Pressure coming. Let me get out of here. Let me make the play. Let me be efficient. I don't need to throw the ball just to throw it. I'm going to make sure that I make the best decisions on the field and be efficient every single time. And that's what he was. That was an MVP performance. Right now, he is number one in my MVP race for the season. That's not saying much because there's only two quarterbacks that played, but he's at the top. Nice performance.
From Jalen Hurts.
Yes.
From Jalen Hurts. Bold.
Do you agree,
take.
Dan, that was a good performance, great performance from Jalen Hurts? Or you're not impressed?
Yeah, I would say that he played well. I hated to see how the offense completely fizzled out. And I mean, you understand why. It was halftime and about 7 minutes of football and then another hour or so. I think that I'm still going to need to go on ahead and see a couple of games going into the future, like for this Eagles team. I am very concerned of what that Eagles defense looked like without Jalen Carter. Like him spitting on Dak Prescott, which is absolutely hysterical. We didn't even talk about that, of whether or not that. But we'll save that for a bit later. I think you could definitely see Hurts stepping up when they needed him to, because that defense looked nothing remotely close to what we saw during the Super Bowl, and that was to be expected. Because number one, you had a lot of that attrition on the defensive line in general, and then you lose your best defensive player, right? Like that secondary wasn't looking nearly as dominant as it was going into last year, but again, it's week one. It's going to take time right before these guys start hitting their stride. But, I mean, solid performance from Hurts, and so he did enough. He's super slippery behind the pocket. And honestly, one specific play, too, I saw where, like, that defensive line executed perfectly. It executed perfectly into collapsing the pocket, and any other quarterback, or just about any other quarterback, would have had to been contained to that and find the open man and get a pass off right before he was sacked. Not Hurts. So was able to take it to the house about 13, 14 yards. That takes talent, especially since Saquon wasn't getting the ball going. I certainly got a whole new respect for Jalen Hurts. Solid game.
So let me ask you a question about Jalen Hurts. So
Go
someone
ahead.
in the chat calls him a game manager.
Yeah.
Do you think, I don't know what Jay Forlin is referring to, if this is a knock on Hurts or not, but would you consider Jalen Hurts a game manager in a negative sense, or is he more than that?
I feel like this is a gotcha question. So I think that he performs the role of game manager very well, and he executes it perfectly. But I don't think that he is a game manager.
I think the word, I agree.
That has
a
negative connotation to it, is game manager, right?
I think the word for Jalen Hurts, it's not game manager. Why? Because he's a playmaker. He makes plays. He creates plays. And Jalen says he was not knocking him. And listen, he does a great job of managing the game. But I think that the people that do say he's just a game manager, he's got Saquon, he's got everything, it just discredits the talent that Jalen Hurts is. Yeah. He had 2 rushing touchdowns. He creates plays. And I think that's something, an element to his game that people just don't really like to evaluate. Because, Dan, TD and I were live during the game. We were talking about this. And you just said it so eloquently yourself. How many quarterbacks... And we're all like, the Eagles' offensive line's fantastic. How many times did Jalen Hurts drop back and have pressure in his face, but he escapes the pressure, picks up yards with his legs, or picks up the touchdown? How many quarterbacks, and TD always likes to bring up Tua in these situations, we love it. Pressure comes to Tua. What does Tua do? Turns into a turtle, goes into a shell, gets sacked. Happens to Jalen Hurts, jukes them out, makes plays with his legs. Josh Allen is capable of doing that as well. That's what separates these quarterbacks that are playmakers, okay? I think that's something that you have to add to Jalen Hurts. He is a winner, and those types of plays add up to winning football games.
Let me add on that. I'm ready to go ahead and say it now. Jalen Hurts is elite. Jalen Hurts is an elite quarterback. And yes, he is a game manager. Tom Brady was a game manager. He was just the best game manager of all time. Because game managing is also, processing the field pre-snap and identifying what's going on and changing the play. You just managed it. See, yeah, and I agree. There's a negative stigma on game manager because they love to peg that on the average quarterbacks that just plays their role. No, but there's levels within game management. So Tom Brady was an elite game manager. Jalen Hurts is a great game manager, and you add a improviser and a playmaker on top of that, and it makes him an elite quarterback because the position is all about playing it efficiently and getting the most that you can get out of it. And people don't understand that 156 yards, but 2 rushing touchdowns?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
First 2 touchdowns.
And was there any passing, or did they hand it off? Saquon got the other one, right? So at the end of the day, he is a game manager, but he's a great one. And he also improvises and has playmaking ability. And that's what puts him in the elite category. Because let me ask you this. This is what nobody want to answer when they want to take a poop on Jalen Hurts. What is it he can't do?
Mm-hmm.
What is it he can't do?
Fair question.
Nobody can answer that question because there isn't anything he can't do. He's just always doing the right thing, and that might spread the numbers out to where you don't see anything going crazy on the charts.
Yeah.
So, man, I put this man actually in the elite category now.
And we just put a poll up, TD, to the chat. We asked that question. Do you think Jalen Hurts is elite? Vote in the chat.
So Hurts is capable of managing a game, but what separates a game manager in a negative light for me is somebody when the entire system breaks down, they are a lost cause. That's not Jalen Hurts. He can improvise.
Yes.
So with any player that can improvise, stay calm, cool, and collected, and still be able to run an offense, even if things don't go fully according to plan, no. When I think of a game manager, and so I think of 3 specific quarterbacks, I think of Brock Purdy. He is a game manager. I think Bo Nix is a game manager. And I think Tua is a game manager as well. Those are the 3 that if the system, say that the system breaks down, I'm not particularly as confident in those 3 as I am in Jalen Hurts being able to improvise and still continue to lead his offense downfield.
And let me tell you, let me add one last thing, Dan. Here's what people need to pay attention to, and last night it showed you. This is what makes certain guys elite, but you don't notice it. You said when the system breaks down, that system offensively broke down last night when you really equate it. The run game wasn't great. No true pass game with A.J. Brown not being involved. He had to go to his 3rd and 4th option all the time. The pressure came to flush him out of the pocket. The offensive system broke down. But if you ask the general person about the Eagles' offense in the first half, they say, oh, they look great. He makes you not even realize the system broke down.
Exactly.
That's what elite quarterbacks do. They make you not even realize this is a bunch of foolishness around me right now. And you didn't even notice it. Because he makes up for it, and you don't even think, oh, my gosh, he keeps getting flushed out in the pocket. Nobody's like, oh, my gosh, his offensive line sucks. Now, if he was taking those sacks and wasn't improvising, then we would pay attention to the O-line. So that's what great and elite quarterbacks do. They make you not even look like you have deficiencies.
And he's just out there. So the one thing I've noticed about Jalen Hurts after winning the Super Bowl, he has this moxie to him where he's got it all figured out now. He's got a new level of confidence. Like, even that rushing touchdown, he gets a touchdown, he gets up, he's barely celebrating. He's just like business. You know, like that energy to him where he's not like fired up. He's just like, so what I do type of mindset. He's got this like look in his eye where he's got it all figured out. He understands still people doubt him. And obviously you have to add the context that having Saquon and having the support system and the elite roster around him helps, but I agree with everything TD's saying, man. He is deserves the credit. And the reason why we're spending so much time on this is because I feel like the national narrative discredits Hurts, and it's like easy to pile on him. And in my opinion, I think it's just a little unfair. So that's why we wanted to talk about this to start off the show.
Dan, I don't mean to pile on, brother, but the comment in the comment section, the O-line does not suck, TD, literally the best in the NFL. Listen to me, okay? I'm not saying it sucks. The difference is they gave him 3-4 seconds to throw. He got plenty of time. But when nobody's open and the pressure finally gets there 10 seconds later, I don't care, okay? However long they gave him, when the pressure finally gets to him, most quarterbacks in the league are throwing the ball away, taking a sack, or whatever it may be. Look at what he's doing after the fact. Nothing's open, not making a bad decision, forcing the football. Then he's finally flushed out after 5 seconds, and say they're great. He's still making things happen. So when everybody else and you crying about your O-line, talking about, oh, they only give him 3 seconds. Well, every quarterback in the league has plays where their quarterback gets 4 or 5 seconds. May not be as often, but they still have them, and they still look bad in those situations. So that's all I'm saying. When the time is up, he still makes something happen.
So late last night, so they did lose out on Landon as well, one of their starting offensive linemen. So, folks, look, so we're going to have to see. Like we always say on this show, and like really, I feel like every single talking head says this exact same statement. Week 1's a lie, right? Like we have no idea what to take from either of these teams. However, good performances from both collectively. I was pleasantly surprised from both sides of the field.
So let me ask you this question with that in mind. Do you see Dallas Cowboys making the playoffs after last night?
Yes.
I agree.
Do you think they're a playoff team, wild card?
So barring a Dak Prescott injury, yes, most definitely. Like CeeDee Lamb going off last night, of course, minus the drops, which were super frustrating for Cowboys fans, I could assume.
I mean, you can argue that lost in the game. If you caught those balls.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, most definitely. And so especially that one right down the seam, that was literally a drop in the bucket, like probably like one of the most perfect throws I've ever seen in my entire life. Yeah, like that one for sure. But like you could see the dividends being paid out by just having the presence of George Pickens out there. Like that opens up absolutely everything. And with Williams, so their running back as well, he was actually pretty consistent. And Miles Sanders also ended up having a pretty quality run as well. So maybe their run game is not going to be all that bad. I could see how they missed Micah Parsons, at least at the beginning of the game. But once they started transitioning over to a 5-man rush and dialing up DB blitzes, I think that's how they're going to have to get their pressure. And they really need to generate some turnovers. I almost think that I like their defense better now than I did last year. But again, it's only week 1. So
remember, they were banged up last year, too. People need to remember that.
Yeah.
Their defense, and especially the secondary, they were missing people last year.
Yeah.
And Kenny Clark had a really solid Cowboys
and with Kyer Elam's a bum, dude. Kyer Elam. I mean, dude's out there bumming all over the place. You know what I mean? But
next up, Max
Elam, damn, brother. Like, put Bland back on the perimeter. Holy hell.
Man, it was fun to see last night, man. It's going to be exciting to see how the NFC East shakes up. And now we got the Washington Commanders and the New York Giants up next in that division, NFC East. Any chance? I mean, is it good to segue here?
Share the screen, brother. Well, actually, I'll pull it up since we can have.
I mean, I think let's stay within the NFC East, and then of course we're going to talk about tonight's game. But is this an upset watch? Could this be an upset alert? Could this possibly be, or is this going to be an absolute massacre? Remember, week 1 is a lie. Whatever you expect to happen is always the opposite. You know, TD's like, the Dolphins are going to kill the Colts. You know, like that's perfect example of why the Colts are going to win.
Yeah.
We're all expecting the Commanders to win, but you never know. Week 1 is a lie. So is there anybody in the chat that's getting on this upset, or is it all Washington?
So a home field advantage, I think I have to give the nod to Washington. But one thing I will say about this game, do not be surprised if you see a similar score to this one as we did last night, like a 24-20 like type situation, especially because Washington has a lot of question marks within their secondary and really just defense as a whole. Sure, they ended up making some moves on the defensive side of the football, but that is still yet to be seen of whether or not that can actually be executed. And we're talking about one of the best front sevens in all of football. Like, they are going to get pressure. I'm not sure that they're going to get home like very too often, since Jaden, of course, is a very mobile quarterback. But don't sleep on Malik Neighbors, like having a CD Lamb type game. Don't sleep on maybe this Washington Commanders team testing those linebackers, specifically right in that 3-4 base that the Giants put out there. I think it's going to be a hell of a lot closer than people are willing to admit, but I'm still going to give it to Washington.
The only way the upset happens, the only way, is if the Giants start fast and they can be in it and have either a lead or stay within distance heading into the fourth quarter. If they go down big early, it's a wrap. It's a wrap.
So Russ has proven that he can.
Yeah, and Russell Wilson has. I mean, he's no scrub.
So Russ has proven that he still can. Like, dude hung up 40 on Cincinnati last year when they were in, like, that shootout. He has the capability of doing it, and now I like his weapons a bit better with Malik Neighbors going on, but, I mean, it's a bad offensive line, too, over in Pittsburgh. It's definitely not ideal. He's taking a massive step back from where he was last year, but, yeah, I still got Washington winning this game.
We asked the chat if the Giants can pull off the upset. Majority of people do not see it happening. Neither does TD.
At all. Y'all need to stop. Listen, well, not Dan. He's right on. Finally. But the Commanders about to blow them out. This ain't even gonna be close. Matter of fact, this is gonna be in Washington. This is gonna be an easy win. It's a team that just went to the NFC Championship game and they got better. They made some moves that on paper at least should make them better. And they got a young phenom who's already a top 5 to 10 quarterback in the NFL. Absolutely tore it up last year. And he's gonna pick up where he left off. That kid's humble. He's just a good player in this league, and I think he's a leader. And the Giants, man, they're being led by a journeyman now. Let's just call it what it is. So, and they've all trying to figure it out. They gotta let the Giants go out there, do their thing for about 4 weeks. Then the rumble start with their young rookie quarterback. It's just typical textbook, man. They'll be 1-6 or something like that, and then you're gonna see the young rookie come out, and then it's gonna ignite the fan base.
TD, let me ask you this.
That's all this is.
You don't pick less on any bets on Sleeper. Do you have any upsets?
And so he's an over guy only. You know what I mean? He's an over guy only.
The better team on paper wins every game. So give me an upset for this weekend. That's what I want to ask you.
So life is too short to take the under. You know what I mean?
Do you have any team this weekend that's favored that's going to lose? Or do you think everybody on paper that's better is going to win? Because the Commanders are better than the Giants on paper. You're expecting them to win.
The Chargers winning tonight.
So that's your upset.
Yeah.
So with TV's a Chargers guy, though.
And he's also
he's been pretty consistent.
So that makes sense.
Yeah,
totally.
he's been pretty consistent
Justin Herbert
about the Chargers
apologist, and he's been trying to manifest the Chiefs being bad for 3 years in a row. He's been wrong every single time. So this makes sense.
They are.
Yeah,
but yeah, that's about the only.
You're right.
That's the only upset that I really have. Everything else seems pretty obvious. At least I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense coming from you.
Yeah.
You know what
but
I mean?
You'll see. But yeah, but I'm sorry, Richie. The Giants don't have a shot in the gun range. Okay?
You don't got to say sorry to me. I mean, I'm not predicting them to win. I'm just like, come on.
So you only have one. So you only have one. So an upset for this week, and you're going with all.
You know how rare that is, TD? I know it's hard to predict. Nobody.
Well, I'm going with all my favorites, Dan Mitchell.
All right.
I'm going with all my favorites. Okay, I'm not good. Like, come on, man.
So you're looking at the slate on Sunday, and you're saying every single team that's favored is going to win?
No, I mean not Vegas favorite. The ones that I think are better are going to win. I'm not being biased. It's just a better team.
No, there's no bias here. Take the Dolphins and Colts game out. That's where you're biased. But when it comes to...
I'm not even biased on that. I mean, that's a given. Like,
no.
Stop, Rich.
See, TD, don't
so you need to look at, so the pattern of upsets on week one almost each and every single year. Like last year, most notably, was Patriots over Bengals and Saints over whoever, right?
Listen,
and
of course,
who else was it?
Of course, there'll be an upset or 2 or 3 or 4. But generally across
Try
the
to predict it, though. That's what I'm
one,
saying.
The upset predicted?
Yeah, give me an upset. Come on.
I told you already, the Chargers.
For Sunday's game. You already gave us tonight. Okay. There has to be one on Sunday.
I mean, I don't know who y'all have as favorites because I got Vikings over Bears.
No,
that's obvious to me.
That's not an upset.
Yeah, I got Ravens over Bills. Not an upset.
That's not an upset.
Texans over Rams. Maybe they consider it. I don't know, but that's not.
Playoff teams.
Lions over Packers. 49ers over Seahawks. Broncos over the Titans.
You know what the real upset of the weekend is.
I mean, stop, Richie. I'm not going there with you today, okay? Straight out.
That's the real upset of the weekend, baby.
Okay,
Oh!
if I was to pick a game,
Steelers,
if I was to pick a game where I was going out on a limb, is that what you want me to do?
Yeah, like come on, like you can't just look at that team's better, that team's winning.
Okay,
that's not how the NFL works, TD. That's my point here. Okay, that's my point. Just because you're the better team doesn't mean you're guaranteed to win the game. That's all I'm saying.
I'll give you one game going out on a limb.
All right.
The Titans over the Broncos.
I knew you were picking that one.
I picked the Broncos in the survival pool, so I hope that's not going to be the one.
I think the Broncos will win, but if it's an upset, it'll be the Titans over Broncos.
Now, that's an upset. That's what I'm talking about, TD.
Yeah, because they loaded.
Now, the reason why I don't see that happening is because, dude, Cam Ward in his rookie debut on the road against that defense, I don't know.
Okay, we're going to find out.
Bro, I'll tell you this. If Cam Ward goes out there in Denver and has a game and beats the Broncos, he's the guy.
And I don't know what to expect from this kid. I don't know what to expect from this kid in Minnesota, and I also don't know what to expect from Chicago. That can go anyway.
Yeah, I don't think if you pick the Vikings or Bears, that's not upset. I think that's so even where you just have no idea what to expect with those teams.
Yeah. Well, that's good because that's the Monday night game, which I know that we're going to be previewing ad nauseum. But, guys, you know what? I've been a gambling man. I've been on Sleeper like a madman all morning.
Oh, yeah.
Just putting together parlays all over the place, man. And, dude, I got to tell you my plays, and I'm really feeling good about this, right? I have Bijan Robinson going over in the receiving game because, surprisingly enough, I have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I have them shutting down Bijan Robinson as far as their run defense is concerned on the ground.
Wow.
But I do see Bijan being a threat specifically when it comes into receiving. Love Baker Mayfield for over 1.5 touchdowns. I'm not going to lie to you there. And then I also love Aaron Rodgers over his passing yards against the New York Jets. That's a parlay I'm cooking up right now. And so I do like this one. And surprisingly enough,
sauce is healthy.
But it's great because like a $10 bet pays out like $160, which is insane with those 3 legs. And guys, you could be taking advantage of that as well, as long as you end up taking advantage of Sleeper, #1 player prop betting platform on the market today, matching 100% of your first deposit all the way up to $100. As long as you use code RTS. And you know what, guys? If you're really feeling a parlay, please do us a favor and send us what you're thinking. We'll be happy to tell you, fade you, who knows. But Sleeper is a proud partner of this channel, and we are so thrilled to be working with them once again for the 2025 NFL season.
Yeah, let us know your picks. The link is at the top of the description. It's in the top of the chat right now. Terms and conditions apply, but you guys get a 100% deposit match when you use our code RTS. So don't forget to take advantage of that. Big time shout out to Sleeper for sponsoring Roundtable Sports all throughout the damn season.
Shout out.
Come on, let's go. All right, Richie's impromptu topic.
I love it.
It's not really an impromptu. It's kind of just breaking news. Not breaking news, but just want to get your guys' thoughts. Does Christian Gonzalez being officially ruled out change your thoughts of this Patriots-Raiders game? Christian Gonzalez is out with the hamstring, and that's a big blow to their secondary. He is the secondary in my eyes. Carlton Davis is a good, solid player. Their safeties are a little unproven. So what's your guys' thoughts of that Patriots-Raiders game with the news of Christian Gonzalez officially ruled out? And is that something to be concerned about if you're a Patriots fan? Because that hamstring, that got injured early on in camp. And the fact that it's not healed up yet, hamstrings linger. And I'll say this, man. Christian Gonzalez he's entering that category of injury problems. Injury prone is the word. I couldn't think of it. Is that a concern if you're the New England Patriots?
So it definitely moves the needle a little bit for the Raiders. Like, that's for sure. Say that they had like a scary wide receiver, then sure. Like, maybe I would be getting concerned. Like, who knows? Is Myers going to be playing for the Raiders? Like, have we heard if he has decided that he's going to go out and suit up since he's already been public about not wanting to be on the team?
Yeah, like, I don't think he's been out there saying, like, trade me or I'm not playing type of thing. At least not that I know of.
So I suppose it's still remaining to be seen what type of like motivation he's going to have out there. And then obviously Brock Bowers is going to be something, but and so I do like Spillane as a coverage linebacker. Like, he's probably not going to dominate Brock Bowers, but like, looking at everything, I think Brock is going to be one of their only weapons that really scares me. And no, it's not Ashton Genty. He's a rookie. Like, maybe he goes off for like, like 100, 120 yards perhaps, but it's still close. It has not changed my opinion. I still have the Pats winning with home field advantage, but it's definitely a blow. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's a blow. Long term too. You gotta, if it lingers, that's gonna be an issue, especially with these division games coming up soon. But they're gonna beat the Raiders again. I think the Raiders are doing a soft rebuild without even saying it, and Tom Brady's coming in trying to put the right chemistry together, which could take about 2 years. So I'm not big on the Raiders at all this year. They don't make the playoffs, in my opinion. They win about 6 games, and this isn't one of them. I think Vrabel at home gets his team up and at it and sets the tone for the new culture in New England.
TD, define soft rebuild.
Soft rebuild is like,
a retool.
Retool, shifting a few out, bringing them in, making it seem like you're still trying to build right now. But the reality is you're going to be trying to get younger for years to come. You bring in a quarterback to hold it down for a minimum of 2 years while you figure it all out, which that 4-year contract ain't nothing but like 2 years of guarantees. And then they'll season by season make decisions of what's best for the future, because Tom Brady has full autonomy on building a team.
So my question is, you wouldn't say the New England Patriots are in a soft rebuild? Because why? They have a young quarterback?
The New England Patriots have been in a soft rebuild for the last 2 years. So they bring the coach in, and it's like going ahead and starting to shift the players out, which you saw over the last 2 years. And now you got a whole bunch of young guys, and you bring the coach in to evaluate them and start putting the cherries on top. So next season, look for them to be in free agency, going after veterans that can help complement the team and make it a contender. This year, just look for a rise like Denver did last year.
Yeah, so you're saying the Patriots are not in rebuild mode anymore. They're built to win.
I didn't say anymore, but they're on the back end of theirs where they're about to come into competing. So they'll have a really strong year this year, but they're not ready to compete for a Super Bowl or far in the playoffs.
So final win projection for the Patriots.
I told you I give it 9 to 10 wins. I'm going to stick with 10. I think they can get to 10 wins. In New England, if that quarterback plays very good football. Not great, not elite, very good.
All right. Christine became a member of Roundtable Sports. Thank you so much. We appreciate the support by becoming a member of our network here at Roundtable Sports. So you heard it from Dan and TD. Well, more TD. The New England Patriots are not in rebuild mode. They are built to win right now.
Win what? Win what, Richie?
Win.
Win what?
In general. Win.
Yeah. Win more games than they lose, yes.
All right. You're projecting them to be a winning football team, more wins than losses.
If Drake May can be a really good quarterback this year.
And you believe they have enough around Drake May to be able to support him?
I think they have enough to give him an opportunity to show that he's really good.
So let me ask you this. Are Patriots fans going to make excuses? Say, if Drake May struggles, are they going to say, well, there's no support around Drake May?
No, he has enough
support around him?
He has enough. He has, to me, what Josh Allen goes to war with every year.
Mac Hollins, baby. NY Jets Indy with a $5 super chat. Shout out to my boy. Look at that profile picture from us last year at Jets Media Day. Richie,
Nice.
tequila bought, bourbon bought. I'm ready for Jets Media Day. Jets winning 20-17. Let's go. Come on, man. If we win this game, I'm going to be insufferable next week. You know that? Totally not expecting it, but boy, oh boy, if we pull off that upset, man, me and Jets fans are going to be insufferable for a week straight. If we lose, it's going to be fire Aaron Glenn, and it's going to be bench Justin Fields. There's no in between for us Jets fans. You know what I mean?
So for the sake of the AFC East roundtable, it would be cool if all 4 AFC East teams won.
But we know that ain't happening.
Yeah,
Baltimore plays Buffalo, so.
And you have to go to Indianapolis, man.
We'll get into that. Yeah, we'll get into that preview. Have no fear. We have some Patreon callers backstage, though. Guys, we have a lot of games that we need to cover, so we're truly treating this like a radio station today. 20, 30 seconds, and we'll answer. Go ahead.
First up, Mr. Dwayne.
Hey, what's up, guys? How y'all doing today?
Great, sir. Great.
TD, you think the rating system plus minus on the ratings are pretty good? I know you're only picked to win by 1 against Indianapolis. How do you think you're going to, as you've said in the past, destroy Indianapolis?
Oh, hold on. Back up. We're favored now?
You're favored by 1 point.
Oh, yeah. We blowing them out. Yeah, because they already know. We on the road, by the way. They already give them 3, so we already up.
So you think that ranking system's pretty close, and yet you think you're going to blow them away? How do you figure that out?
This year we are because we're going into the season in the key positions that we know we need. We're healthy right now.
And by the way, I caught you. You almost said Dan's been mostly right all the show today, and you stuttered and stopped yourself. So
well, a broke clock right twice a day.
You kind of screwed the pooch on that one. I'm out of here. Peace.
Shout out Dwayne.
Man, TD thinks Dan's always right.
He does.
Broke clock right twice a day.
Next Patreon member is Glenn. Here we go.
No, Dan, I ain't gonna make you mad and get your panties in a bunch today. But most quarterbacks nowadays are game managers. There's 2 different game managers and gunslingers. For a matter of fact, Josh Allen, when he got this new offensive coordinator, he became a game manager instead of the gunslinger he used to be.
Dude, I lose brain cells every single time you call in. I lose brain cells every single time. I'll give it to you that you are the most dedicated hater I've ever met in my entire life. Like you are the most dedicated hater I've ever met in my entire life.
What's wrong with game manager?
There's nothing, dude. Glenn, we're talking about a guy that regularly throws to a million different wide receivers and playmakers each and every single season. He's the only quarterback in NFL history with 40-plus touchdowns in 5 seasons. Stop, dude. Don't get your blood pressure up, Glenn. Don't get your blood pressure up against doctor's orders here. Don't do this, Glenn.
Tell me how many quarterbacks have won. When's the last time a quarterback won the MVP, but not the first team all
pro.
All pro.
All pro.
Yeah,
Peyton Manning.
You're right, Glenn.
Peyton Manning 1 year. He did it.
1987.
Peyton Manning. Great, fantastic. Well, he did it again. He did it again, Glenn. He did it again. Glenn, he did it again. He's MVP. Dude, stop crying that the quarterback you hate the most won the MVP, because that's all you're doing. You're just crying. Josh Allen won the MVP. Now Dan's going to be... Dude, no.
Hey, he's a game manager now.
He's not... Dude, are you high?
Man, what's wrong?
It's 2 p.m. on a Friday.
He's a good game manager.
Yeah, he's really good. He's a really good game manager.
I can't take you seriously, dude. I can't take you seriously, dude. I can't take you seriously, dude. Dude.
Thanks for the call, Glenn.
Thank you. We're all dumber
Josh
for
Allen
listening
is
to
a
that
re-
call.
he
Thank
is
you.
a
We're
really
all
good
dumber
game
for
manager,
listening to
though.
that
Glenn's
call.
like,
Thank
hey,
you,
you gonna
Glenn.
get your panties in a bunch,
Oh, you're gonna
Dan.
get your panties in a bunch because you keep spewing brain rot. All right, and I'm getting sick of you completely brainwashing these children into thinking that you're right in any capacity. Oh man, dude. Speaking of panties in the bunch, man, like you have been crying yourself to sleep for 9 months now because Josh Allen won the MVP. Congratulations, dude.
First
Thank
team
you.
All Pro.
Do you think
Good
Glenn has a
points, though.
point,
Good
TD?
points, Glenn.
Do you think he has a point though, TD, Glenn?
Yeah, man. Didn't get first team All Pro. Usually those things go hand in hand. You know, something was off there. Something off. You know.
Would you say Josh Allen is a game manager now?
He's a great game manager. You know, just under Tom Brady elite. He's
It's frustrating, right? So let me ask you this. So did you know that Josh Allen has had 5 consecutive seasons, 40+ touchdowns? That's never been done before. It's never been done before.
How many
ever.
of them he threw more than 15?
5 consecutive 40+ touchdown years. Scoring is the most important thing that you can get from a quarterback, and Josh Allen scores points. And he's done it with a wide variety of different wide receivers.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not arguing that, Dan. At the end of the day, we need to recognize he has managed games very well in his career. Oh, okay. He's managed seasons well, not just games. Seasons.
He's
So I'm not
manager.
I'm not entertaining.
Good job, Glenn.
So I'm not going to entertain this anymore. Glenn, your rate for calling in has skyrocketed to $250. If you would like to call in, it's $250 every single time you call in, because I cannot take another one of your dumb takes like on air ever again.
Damn, but he makes a point though. Like it's a logical point, is it not?
Dude, he doesn't. Dude, it's so stupid. It's so stupid.
Yeah, boy, I ain't gonna lie, boy. I ain't never seen nobody ride for Josh Allen like you. It's all right, man.
No,
what's wrong with the game manager? That's
dude.
all I keep asking. What's wrong with that title?
Because he's not a game manager.
What is he?
That's the last thing that he is a game manager. Dude, he's one of the most dynamic athletes of all time. He's one of the most dynamic athletes to ever play the quarterback position. Are you out of your mind?
Whoa.
Like, Josh Allen has a play of the year every other week in the regular season.
Lamar
Play of the year every other game of the regular season.
Lamar has won every game.
So are you just so destroyed by the PTSD of what this quarterback has been doing in the AFC East for 4 to 5 years that you're just blocking it out mentally?
He's great. Dan.
Is that it?
Great. He's great.
Thank
I mean,
you.
we're not going to be delusional. He's a great game manager, and I think that goes under. It's underwhelming when people give that a bad, stigma. All right. I mean, he's right there with guys like Tua and Trevor Lawrence. He manages very well, but he can improvise. So we give him that on top. All right. Let's move on, Dan. It's okay, man. You just got to come to grips with it.
Yeah, no one takes you guys seriously. Moving on. Next Patreon caller.
I'm just laughing. I'm not saying anything.
Oh man.
I'm just here, so I don't get fined.
Game managers don't win.
JT's up next.
Yo, what up, fellas? How we doing?
What up, man?
Great.
Fantastic.
Man, some of these calls are just fantastic. I love Glenn. He supplies to the community, but damn, his takes are just hilarious sometimes. Man, football is back. That game last night was such a good game. I can't believe it died down after all the weather issues, but like, man, what a game to start the year.
Big time.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, you guys were talking about Dallas earlier, and I wasn't as high on them until yesterday. I think they can definitely make a little more noise than I was expecting originally. I didn't really have them as maybe a wild card team, but I didn't really have them as like one of the better teams in the NFC. But week one's an anomaly, but they looked good last night.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, we know the offense is going to be rolling. If CD can get his drops in order, do you think that was just a one-time occurrence, or do you think that's going to be a theme for CD? That's a little scary. Week one, he dropped 4.
It's not going to be a normal thing. He's going to have moments where he still drops big time passes, but he's going to be balling out. This was a division game, and you know what? Let's take a little bit off of CD. Yeah, you got to make those catches, but I mean, 2 of them he had to dive for, kind of. They were difficult
absolutely.
catches to make. You just expect him to make it, especially making the money you're making. So,
Absolutely.
I wouldn't look at it as the end of the world or like this is going to be the norm for him. He drops a lot, but he also makes up a lot of it.
Yeah, I didn't think he was going to. I don't think he's going to drop off like that. It's just a quick thought that crossed my mind because that's just so unlike CD. But it could just be some week 1 jitters and divisional game, like you guys say. But I don't know. That was a great way to kick off the football season. And JETS, Jets.
See you Sunday. Let's go.
JETS. Jets.
Jets fans, man, support this show, support this network. Jets fans want to say I appreciate you representing Roundtable Sports.
Let's go.
Have to appreciate it. Guys, we have a couple of games that we need to discuss. I would like to transition over to the San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks. Big development yesterday. We saw Christian McCaffrey on the injury report once again, listed as a limited participant with, guess what, a calf. Folks, I got nervous as hell for 49ers fans. Half of the reason why I completely avoided Christian McCaffrey in our fantasy football draft, as I have for every single draft that we did. Now we have the Seattle Seahawks with Richie's friend, Sam Darnold, with a brand new look offense. You have Cooper Kupp, you got JSN, you have some defensive pieces that were certainly impressive over the offseason. So what do you think if Christian McCaffrey is not out there with the banged up supporting cast that Brock Purdy already has? Does Seattle end up coming out on top with this? Richie, talk to me.
Yeah, I mean, this is just devastating. I stay away from Christian McCaffrey as well. Kind of wish I drafted Brian Robinson now, but I think that it's unfortunate news, and this is a division game. You know, watch out. Don't. I think the Seattle Seahawks, man. You know, sleep on them, man. My boy. And you know who's a player on the Seahawks that I'm excited to see that went so late in fantasy, and I'm kind of upset I did not get him in any league? Cooper Kupp. Are we just like writing off Cooper Kupp that he's washed and not good anymore? Because if Cooper Kupp is healthy, I still think he's going to be able to make some plays. And he's not the number 1 receiver, by the way. He's number 2 next to JSN. So, and they got a really good running back duo. And they got the Seahawks got weapons. And Sam proved last year when he got weapons, he can do something. It's not like Sam's going into a team where there's nothing around him and he has to like put the team on his back. We know Sam's not capable of that. But Sam needs talent around him in order to actually succeed, and he has that. So could the Seahawks be in line for the upset? You know, the San Francisco 49ers, they got the contract with Jennings, and they still don't have Brandon Ayuk. He's injured. I think Ricky Purcell is going to be interesting to see if he levels up his game, and with McCaffrey hurt. Like, come on, man. Are we so confident that the Niners are going to win this game?
Not so much anymore, dude. I had the San Francisco 49ers picked earlier when I did my week 1 picks, but now with the question marks about Christian McCaffrey, sure. I mean, how much is Brian Robinson going to look like? I mean, maybe he does well, but he's not going to be nearly the impact that McCaffrey was. So right on top of that, I have no idea about so their wide receiver number 2, Johnson. I haven't heard an update on him of whether or not that he is going to be playing. Same thing with Brandon Ayuk, who is currently on the IR. So their only weapon right now is going to be Ricky Purcell, a second-year wide receiver that didn't even play a full season last year. I am switching up my take. I have the Seattle Seahawks winning a close one.
I was literally thinking that in my brain, Dan. I'm switching my take.
So so the Niners are banged up to all hell.
Yeah,
and even if McCaffrey is out there, come on. And so they're really going to make him the focal point of the offense, knowing that his calf is bothering him again. Give me a break.
I can't believe Richie and you got me switching, but y'all right. I'm switching my pick. 49ers losing. Seahawks going to win this game. I concern myself with Sam Darnold in this new system. Will he have the same effect that KOC had on him? I don't know. But the 49ers are banged up. You know, you go with them because they're such a talented team, but they might actually be fading. That's something for us to look out for this year. Are the 49ers, little solid team that they've had for 7 years, are they fading? They might just very well be. And Seahawks, man, they got the weapons. Can Sam get the job done? That's what it's going to come down to. I just want to see how Sam plays in this on this team in this system without KOC, because I know what KOC can do for quarterbacks. I know what he's capable of, but let's see if that same thing follows Sam over to the Seahawks.
Can he follow it in? So it sounds like all three, Richie, you and I were successful in transitioning TD over to the Seahawks side of things.
Sam Darnold, baby. It's proving everybody wrong all over again. Come on, baby.
Sam Darnold.
What are you talking about?
And Dan got that three MGs in right now. Always, baby. Always got that. All right, so I'm taking a look at some of the other NFL Week 1 matchups, some games that might be interesting, but what I think we could do
Hit the like
is
button is what they could do first and foremost.
oh yeah, for sure. 361 of you in total.
100 likes. What is this nonsense?
Folks, listen, we have 295 people on YouTube. All we ask is that you just hit that thumbs up sign for us. It's the easiest thing to do on the face of the planet. It helps us out tremendously. We're trying to grow one of the biggest NFL communities on the internet to talk ball with on a regular basis. So just hit that thumbs up sign for us. There's no reason why there shouldn't be 292 like buttons hit. I feel like we could easily get there. I really feel like that's the case. So, as you know, we welcomed in quite a few Patreon members onto this show where they have the ability to call in. But we also have a bunch of other benefits, including a gambling show launching next week. We typically have a bonus episode of Fourth and Forever. So I'm thinking later, whether or not that it's Saturday or whether or not that it's later, me and Richie and TD, or maybe just me and Richie, are going to hit up and talk about some of these other games, like the Titans, the Broncos, Lions, Packers, etc. Because I think the biggest game we all want to discuss is going to be the Baltimore Ravens and the Buffalo Bills matchup on Sunday Night Football. And so I got to tell you what, I've been doing a lot of unpacking on everything, and now I am convinced that Buffalo wins this game 24-20 on Sunday evening due to this metric. Right now, so when it comes into this game, this Baltimore Ravens team is going to be asked to operate out of a offensive formation in which that they rarely used last year, are nowhere near as effective as where they were last year. And it's all due to the fact that Patrick Ricard and Isaiah Likely will not be out on the field. I actually have something that we can take a look at here, which I feel like you guys are going to find interesting. So I'm going to share my screen real fast. And this right here is when the Baltimore Ravens ran out of 12-man personnel. Let me go ahead and put this up for everyone.
I got it.
So when the Baltimore Ravens ran with 12-man personnel, and Glenn, I know you have no idea what that is. It's 2 tight ends on the offensive line, okay? However, when that happens, Baltimore has an EPA per rush of 0.16. Now, when they end up transitioning over to 11-man personnel where there's only 3 wide receivers and 1 tight end out there, you ultimately end up seeing the Baltimore Ravens rushing efficiency drop to 16th ranked in the NFL, sitting at 0. Meaning, when you look at the Baltimore Ravens, they are going to be asked to operating out of a system without their 2 anchor pieces on the offense to get their run game going. Whether or not that they figure it out, whether or not that they try to force 12-man personnel eventually, this is going to call for a slow start on this offense being able to get moving. The data does not lie. This is what I base everything off of. This allows Buffalo to rush 5-man, to run man coverage, which we did 48% of the time during the playoff game, hence why we were able to generate those turnovers and get those early stops on Baltimore. I absolutely love this matchup. I am concerned about their 2 interior guards right over in Baltimore. Quality run blockers, not so athletic to where I trust them in pass rush. I have a feeling that TJ Sanders is going to have a day. I have a feeling that Ed Oliver is going to have a day. I will remain to say this. If Buffalo is able to make Baltimore punt 4 times, Buffalo is going to win this game. Now, offensively, what is Buffalo going to do to get this going? The exact same thing we did during the playoff game. We are going to get our running backs involved in the receiving game. That is one of Baltimore's weaknesses. We are going to get the tight ends involved. That is also a weakness of this Baltimore's defense by itself. We are going to target Jair Alexander, who has spent the past month getting his knee drained every other single day. Are they going to roll him out there? I'm not so sure. However, I really like the matchups here. We are fully healthy in all of the appropriate spaces. I think Baltimore is going to have a very hard time establishing a consistent run game, which is going to end up reverting back to them running exclusively out of 11-man personnel. And with that being said, I have the Buffalo Bills winning with home field advantage. Don't look at week 3 last year. Look at the playoffs from last year, because that's the roster we're rolling out. The Bills, 24-20 Sunday Night Football, last home opener in our stadium history. Give me the Buffalo Bills. Richie, talk to me.
Listen, man, the Buffalo Bills, they are arguably, if not the best team in the NFL at home. They proved it last year, undefeated. I think they have a legit home field advantage. But the Baltimore Ravens are very good in the regular season as well. This is going to be a really good matchup, and I'm really excited for it. 2 MVP quarterbacks, 2 teams at the top of their game. And I think it's really going to come down to who turns the ball over the most is going to lose this game, and not have those back-breaking drops, because I don't look at the playoffs last year and think Lamar, like the narrative around Lamar doesn't show up in the big games. I mean, he did not do much like in a negative light in the playoffs last year. It was Mark Andrews that lost him the game. Mark Andrews catches that ball, I'm sorry, the Ravens win that game. If it does not fumble, the Ravens probably would have won that game. But that's not what happened, and the Bills won fairly. But it's those plays like that. You can't have a back-breaking fumble. You can't have a back-breaking drop in the end zone late in the fourth quarter. Who is going to play better football late in the fourth quarter? And it's really going to come down to that, man. They're both going to come out punching. I'm excited. I'm curious to see how Josh Allen responds after an MVP season. Does he level up his game an uptick? Does he match what he did last year? Does he show signs of regression? Is there any type of player on that offense that's going to emerge as somebody to be worried about outside of Khalil Shakir? Does Keon Coleman take a step? Is Elijah Moore anybody? Joshua Palmer, like those type of players? Is Dalton Kincaid ever going to be proven to be a first-round pick talent, because he hasn't proved it in my eyes? James Cook is probably their best player on that offense besides Josh Allen. And, of course, their offensive line is probably what makes the Bills so dangerous offensively. I actually have the Bills winning this game. I really do. I think that at home, they are going to start off the season hot, and it's going to be a close one. I think it's going to come down to the Buffalo Bills have the ball late in the fourth quarter, and they're going to end up winning the game, whether it's on a field goal or a game-winning rushing touchdown by Josh Allen. And I think what makes the Bills so dangerous offensively is they're so good in the red zone. And it starts with Josh Allen. You saw what Jalen Hurts did last night. It's just like, you think you're playing great defense, you're getting to the quarterback, you're playing fantastic in the back end, covering the receivers, and then there he goes, runs for a touchdown. That's what the Bills do with Josh Allen. It's so frustrating when you're a defense and you're like locking things down on the back end, you're getting pressure on the quarterback, but he still ends up making plays with his legs, and that's the type of quarterback Josh Allen is. So with that, I think it's going to be, I don't feel confident about this pick. I think the Ravens can easily win this one, but I'm going to roll with the Buffalo Bills. Not that I want them to win, but I think that's what's going to happen. I'm going to take the Buffalo Bills to win 31-28.
So one of my prized possessions is my Traeger grill, which is sitting right on my back patio. I use it each and every single evening. And I love sort of positioning that as a metaphor for what the Baltimore Ravens without Patrick Ricard and Isaiah Likely and the run blocking scheme is truly going to be for them. Will my Traeger still work? Sure, theoretically, but it's going to be awkward as hell. My meat's going to be sliding down the grill paws. It's going to be very awkward trying to make sure that my meals turn out the way that they are. People aren't talking about it enough, how imperative the loss of Ricard and Isaiah Likely in their overall offensive production was last year and what it is going to be on week 1. There is going to be growing pains. I think Buffalo jumps ahead early, and then by the end of the game, it's 24-20. It's not just a Lamar Jackson and a Derrick Henry-led offense. There are very important foundational pieces that are missing. And makes the Baltimore Ravens one-dimensional, which I think our defense will take advantage of.
Don't
TD.
sleep on their receiving core. I think the Ravens have a very slept-on receiving core. Zay Flowers is a stud. Rashad Bateman came on the scene last year, got an extension. He makes plays, Rashad Bateman. And they just got DeAndre Hopkins. Now, DeAndre Hopkins is still, he's not the old D-Hop. But as a third receiver, he can go out there and make a clutch play in third down, and you got to worry about him too. Don't sleep on the receivers. They're healthy.
No, I'm definitely not, but say that they have a hard time establishing the run. Like, what makes the Ravens so dangerous is that, like, they can hurt you in a variety of different ways. And the fact that the fact that they're going to have to revert into operating an offense that they're not used to, I don't see them being nearly as efficient in the run game as they would be. That's me. TD.
The Baltimore Ravens are going to win this game by 25 plus points, ladies and gentlemen. Lamar Jackson is going to throw for over 300 yards in this game. The Buffalo Bills secondary is going to get ripped to shreds, and that's what this game is going to come down to. Lamar Jackson actually throwing the ball, being less of a run threat, even though we know he's going to run too. He is going to throw the ball up and down the field on the Bills secondary because they are weak as a secondary. Yeah, the linebackers are going to try to get at Derrick Henry. The linebackers are going to try to, and pass rush is going to try to get to Lamar, but he's just going to shred them up. Look for big plays down the field in this game. And when it comes down to it, here's the reality. And I know people are going to disagree, but we got to be honest with ourselves. This comes down to the quarterback position. One side, you got this elite juggernaut, 2-time MVP, improvisational, can carry his team. And on the other side, you have the ultimate game manager. So at the end of the day, whenever you put them against each other, that freak of nature 2-time MVP is going to rise above it all. But outside of that, listen, we got to be honest with ourselves. The Bills are going to be stagnant on offense in this game because the Ravens, their identity is defense. Josh Allen's going to struggle in this one. I look for 2 turnovers, probably 2 interceptions. But 25 plus point victory, just like last year, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. Literally last year in September, the final score was 35-10. It was 25 points. And they're going to look the exact same way. Derrick Henry going to get a nice dose early. They're going to be trying to stop the run, and Lamar's going to go off in the air. Look for an MVP performance in this one because you think Lamar is happy about, the league just gifting Josh Allen the MVP. He's going to go out there and show it. When the game over, he probably going to go up on the podium and say, this is what you call an MVP performance. So, yeah, man, the Bills don't have a shot in the gun range. And again, Bills fans, it's not a knock on y'all. Y'all are a great team. Y'all are literally going to win 9 games. That is above 500. So don't think that I'm coming at y'all and trying to down y'all. You are a team that's going to win more games than you lose this year. So, yeah, Baltimore, easy W to start the season.
So you're basing your analysis on a week 3 matchup with 5 of our defensive starters out on that one. But then you're not basing the playoff game where all 5 of those guys that missed the game in week 3 returned. And Buffalo ended up winning that game.
Yeah. I don't care about a playoff game where Mark Andrews literally blew the game. No.
So the Dolphins fan doesn't care about a playoff game. Makes sense.
I don't care about the playoff game where Mark Andrews literally gave y'all the game. I'm sorry.
He literally gave us the game. Well, hey, you know what? Maybe if Lamar didn't fumble and throw an ugly-ass interception, maybe they would have had a better option.
Maybe he did. Maybe. But you know what I know he ain't not going to do? He's not going to do that early in the season. Him off too. He's not going to do that early in the season.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah. Speaking of DeMar Hamlin, is he starting tonight?
No, it's not. It's Cole Bishop.
Oh, yeah, man, they're going to win by 30, y'all.
They don't play tonight, TD. Come on.
Oh, yeah, I'm not tonight with Sunday. Y'all know what I meant. But, yeah, man, Dan, we don't have to go back and forth, Dan. I'll see you on Monday, brother. I will see you on Monday, and you make sure you show up.
Record-breaking show on Monday.
I am going to be an absolute villain next week.
Oh, by the way, score prediction, 42-17.
Say that again.
42-17, Baltimore on the road.
Oh man, I'm gonna have fun on Monday. I am going to enjoy this show on Monday. More than you know.
Me too.
If the Buffalo Bills beat the Ravens and the Dolphins, Jets, and Patriots lose,
it's bad for business.
Call it out.
It's bad for business. because a lot of people won't even show up.
Well, I got that reminds me, chat, what team you representing in? Because I know we have a hefty AFC East audience, but if you're not in the AFC East roundtable, meaning like you're not a fan of a team in the AFC East, let me know. What fan are you of? Let me know in the chat right now. Because I want this show to grow to nationwide. I want to see every single fan base in the world on Fourth and Forever. Because Monday's going to be crazy, man. And I'll say this, bro. If the Jets win, Jets fans are going to be crazy on this show, man. Upsets happen, TD. Enough of your nonsense. Let's talk about Dolphins Colts now.
They do. They happen.
Dolphins Colts, you want to say? How about we let in a Patreon caller? Let's let in Lino is backstage. What up, Lino?
What's going on? Hey, Dan, I got a bone to pick with you, man.
Why? What'd I do?
Because you finally did what I think you should have did to Glenn this whole time. My man.
Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you.
It's something about these Dolphin fans that I think they put their mouth to their mufflers when they get up in the morning and the fumes get into their brain cells.
Richie, who is this?
Lino.
They don't understand. They don't understand.
This is Lino? This is the Lino.
It is Lino.
This is the Lino.
Before you say anything, TD.
Who picked Lamar Jackson in his fantasy league when Josh Allen was on the board?
What? I don't understand what your logic is on that. I don't understand what your logic is on that.
I just want to make sure I'm clear. Josh Allen was on the board. Lamar Jackson was on the board. Who did you select, Lino?
All right, let me tell you this then. If you're going by that logic, then I understand. But then you say Devin A. Chain. Then you say Devin A. Chain was the best running back. Then you say Devin A. Chain was the best running back.
Can you tell the people?
You picked Saquon Barkley. You picked Saquon Barkley, and Devin A. Chain was on the board.
I never said.
Yeah, you have. Yeah, you have. You say he was the best in the league.
Can you tell
the people who you
selected? Can you tell the people who you selected at quarterback?
I select different quarterbacks every league.
No, not in our league. You got Lamar again in our league, Lino, and Derrick Henry.
Yeah, I had to. My finger slipped whenever I was about to select Josh Allen.
I believe it. I was there.
You know what I'm saying?
I was the phone. I was there.
And more importantly, I got to say this, though. If I'm trying to understand TD's logic on everything, because this boy is a walking hypocrite. If you get blown out one game but beat the team the next game, then all right, let's use your logic then. The Bills blew out Miami in their first game and then beat them again the second game. So we expect a blowout again against Miami?
No, that don't happen in division rivals.
Oh, yeah, of course it doesn't. Because, Dolphin fans think
anything can happen.
Dolphins think, well, just hate on the Bills, and hopefully they see to go wrong.
Y'all know good and well y'all not going to win this game. And when we going to start being honest around here? Y'all ain't beating Baltimore in no regular season.
TD, put your money up. I'm tired of you saying things.
Just like you cannot beat the Chiefs in the playoffs.
And y'all can't beat us, but every year you're hoping. We
beat you in 2022.
Oh my Lord, here we go. TD, you were hypocrite, boy. Oh my God.
Coming this year, week 4. I'll see you up there.
We're changing the bet. We're changing the bet. I can't, man. I can't. But I will be at that Dolphins and Jets one.
Tickets are live. Go get your ticket.
Ain't no cap. I want to see you lose in person.
Come through, Lino. Tickets are live, my man.
Yes, sir. Lino, we appreciate the call. We love Lino over here. He comes in here, shows a little bit of love. Bills fans, if you ever want to rip into TD over his crazy takes, sign up for Patreon. All right?
Y'all call them crazy, and then they come true. And
bring Bob on December 7th.
Yeah, they were asking for him.
And so, I mean, dude, I'm going to have to buy him a ticket.
Bring him on in.
Business
I'm going to have to buy him a ticket, man. You know what I mean?
Window seat.
You flexing Shakir, Ramondre Stevenson, Trey Hendrickson week 1. Shakir, for me, I don't like that matchup. He's going to be going up against Marlon Humphrey. I like Palmer against Wiggins, though, a lot. I like Dalton Kincaid a lot, too. I'm not even sure if you have those guys. But I don't like Shakir in the flex for this week. I'd probably go Trey Hendrickson week 1 rather than Stevenson. Bills winning because Josh Allen will manage the game, quote unquote. I'm tired, y'all. I'm tired. I'm tired. So because they would tie the game, they win. Chris G, $2. Thank you so much, bro. Because they would tie the game. Don't worry about TD, Dan. He's never been right in his life about the AFC East, and that's facts. Thank you, Lascelles.
All right, we're going to see Lascelles. See you Monday, too.
There goes TD hallucinating again. I will be supporting my Bills. I may not comment a lot, but dealing with hand injuries. No problem, Kat. We appreciate you for coming on in, and we hope you feel better. Go Bills.
Hope you feel better indeed.
I actually can't wait for Monday now.
Me too, man. I can't wait for week 1 of our fantasy leagues, and luckily we were able to leverage RotoWire as our number 1 fantasy tool.
Yeah.
Man, make sure you guys go check out RotoWire, the ultimate fantasy football tool. You guys can sign up still and sync your league, whether you're with Sleeper or any fantasy football league. Sign up for RotoWire using our code RTS. Will give you 15% off. And I've been using it, man, and it's been a joy. I'm in like 3 or 4 fantasy leagues. I sync all my leagues into RotoWire. They give me the best data and everything I possibly need. And I'm excited because week 1's important for fantasy football, folks, because you want to make sure you know who to get in the waiver wire. And RotoWire will tell you exactly where to go, who's the best people available, the best players available on the waiver wire after week number 1. That's how you win fantasy leagues. It's not the draft, it's waiver wire. I'm telling you that right now. So make sure you guys go check out RotoWire. Link is in the description of this video to sign up today with the code RTS. Will get you 15% off when you sign up using our code. Big time shout out to RotoWire. I'm excited to have them partnered up with us, baby. Let's do it.
Dude, you know what? That was a wonderful ad read, Richie. Great show, guys. You're killing it from Dwayne. It's going to have to do it, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in to another edition of Fourth and Forever, your number 1 midday NFL show on the internet. Monday, I could imagine, is going to be a record-breaking show.
Yes.
Except we're probably going to hold a lot of our AFC East takes from this show because we want everyone to be at the AFC East SmackDown.
Which, by the way, is coming back Monday.
Yes.
Coming back, man, and we are thrilled about this. But, guys, again, if, for example, you want the bonus episode of Fourth and Forever, go sign up for Patreon. Link is in bio. It's $10 per month. You would have the ability to call in, and you'll also see Richie and I or whoever preview the remaining games on week 1 in case we didn't get to the game that you like. It's only for Patreon viewers' eyes only, so certainly go ahead and check that out. Richie, what do you got to say to the audience before we set them off?
Big shout out to Willie Vision with a $2 super chat. Justin Fields will have a Hurts-like game versus Pittsburgh and Jets win. Bang. The Jets. We are trying to be the JV version of the Eagles. JV.
Down bad.
Do you know what that means?
JV, the
Come
junior
on,
version.
The Eagles are the blueprint of what Aaron Glenn's trying to become. We're the JV version. I'll let you know when we elevate ourselves to varsity. We're not there yet, baby. We're not there yet. But, man, week 1 is here. We're excited for it. Sunday's going to be epic. I'll be at the Jets game. Check me out. Jets Media Day live stream from the tailgate in the AM. Check me on Jets Media, folks, and we'll see you on Monday.
And what you got, TD?
Thanks for tuning in, man. Thank you to everybody who comes every day. We have a lot of fun on this show. This is about having fun and talking ball and, making some predictions. So even though some of them may sound outlandish to some of y'all, that's allowed time to tell. And make sure you show up with your receipts. We'll see you on Monday.
Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. And we'll see you on Monday. Same time, same place. And